Hello everyone, this is HowDD1 here. Today's video. In this video today, we're going to talk about some Devil stuff today. I'm going to talk about stuff in Chapter 28 and things. I'm also going to talk about killers needed for this Devil game. What I'm going to talk about here, not only for Chapter 28 game, or next story and stuff, of what killers I like to see, or who I think would be kind of cool candidates for that chapter, and then killers I like to see in the next chapters or in the future at some point. I even added quite a few different. I took quite a bit of notes on things and wrote some stuff down to kind of like what I like to see when it comes to this game. I think it would be kind of a nice thing for and because this is like a fun horror game. I mean, this is like one of those types of games where like you can play with your characters, your horror characters, but like I don't know, it's just it's just that type of horror game that's just like so addictive and super fun to play. I mean, and I know it does get super addictive. And sometimes it gets to be a real bummer with certain things with it because like sometimes like glitches, sometimes other issues with online and everything else, and with all that type of junk. I'm gonna read off some killers I like to see for chapters 28, or possibly in the future of some point. So here we go. At number 1, we have Jason Voorhees. I would like to see Jason Voorhees as chapter 28's killer, or some type of chapter in the near future. I think Jason Voorhees would be a really awesome character. Not just that, but like you already have Freddy, you have Michael, you have Ghostface, you have Leatherface, you have Kingpin, you have Pinhead. Wow, almost Kingpin. You have Pinhead right now. You got 5 pretty next characters. Next characters you kind of need in that horror is Jason and Chucky, where we like those types of franchises are like things we need. But Jason, I feel like would be. I feel like when it comes to like the planks and stuff, I feel like he'd be the one to like smash those like pretty easily. So I don't think. So I would assume he wouldn't take as long as like to smash those as some others and stuff. I feel like Jason is gonna be like a. I feel like he'd be like a brute character for Daredevil. So we'll see what they do with him. My second character is going to be Chucky. David, I think his name is David Cote, who does this stuff. He's actually been mentioning about trying to find ideas of putting Chucky in this game, and he is a optional voted character and a character that people do want to see in this game, and he's trying to find ideas of how to put him in this game. So, I actually kind of want to see him in this game, really. Now, if they put Chucky in this game, awesome. But hopefully, if they do put Chucky in this game, I'd like for them to put Tiffany doll in this game too, or you can have it as like a skin of some sort, kind of swap them with kind of like what you do with the Legion, for example. Because like there's different types of there's like a female version of them, and then you have a male version of them. So you can kind of do similar to that with Tiffany doll and stuff. But yeah, that's another character I'd like to see is Chucky. Number 3 is going to be Candyman. I would like to see actually Candyman get put in this game, and Candyman I think has actually been linked several different times. Not just that, but he's been mentioned quite often, and he was. There's lots of people saying that he was going to be a character like presumably put in this game before, and stuff, but it ended up being the Dredge as I think the killer was I think Candyman was supposed to be where the Dredge was supposed to be, but we ended up getting the Dredge instead. So, the next one at number 4 is going to be the Fisherman Killer. Now, the Fisherman Killer is from the movie I Know What You Did Last Summer film movies. I think it'd be kind of interesting to have that character in this movie. Yes, both him and Candyman have a hook of a weapon, but like, if you actually think about it, like the pig thing, the pig from Saw, and then the Skull Merchant, both of them have wrist blades. And if they decide to put Predator in here, that's a third character to have a wrist blade on him. So like, why not have two characters with hook weapons? But one character does different things than the other, so there's that. But I think the Fisherman Killer would be kind of interesting to have. Now, the Survivor, I would assume, would be one of the original female characters from that. But we'll see how they do with that. That's one character I like to see put in this game, really. The next one I'm going to choose at number 5 is Pennywise's It. I actually would like to see this character get put in the game. Now, the thing with Pennywise's It, though, which is part of the reason why for the Stranger Things, why Eleven's not on the game, is because, well, they don't really put children characters in these games because nobody wants to see kids get killed and stuff. But like for the It characters, like the main 7 of the characters from the movies, you can do the adult versions of them from the Chapter 2 movie, and then establish that. And plus, Pennywise can actually shapeshift in quite a few different things, so it'd be really interesting to see what he does with this. I think it'd be kind of cool to see Pennywise have a chapter or something. So we'll see. Number 6 is Sam from the Trick or Treat movie. I'd actually like to see Sam actually put in this game. I think Sam will be an awesome character. Of course, it is another a short character, kind of like Chucky, but I like to actually see. I think Sam will be kind of a fun character to play around with. And why not? He can have a lollipop thing or a Snickers bar that has a razor blade inside of it, kind of thing. So we'll see. That's the character I like to see for number 6. Number 7 is going to be the Alien, which, since they've been kind of leaking a lot of that, of possibly, not too sure yet, but possibly, for the Chapter 28. I think the Alien would be an interesting option choice for Dead by Daylight. Especially for Dead by Daylight. What I want to know is, I wonder how terrifying they're going to make the alien in this, because if you remember the Alien Covenant game and stuff, that was actually got pretty terrifying in that game too. But when you're playing the survival thing, trying to run around and get to that spot, I just did YouTube videos of Alien Covenant, and I know how difficult, and not just difficult, but I know how terrifying it kind of gets, because I just want to know what they're going to do with Alien on WWE. It'd be really interesting to see. For one, he can't crawl on walls, and so I wonder what they're going to do with that. But Alien is my number 7 character. Now, number 8 is the Predator. Now, for the Predator, some of the things that the Skull Merchant can do kind of seems similar to what the Predator would do. And we've seen Predator use drones and stuff before. So That's not like a new thing. It's not like it's unlikely that not really unlikely we would see Predator do similar thing with the Skull Merchant's going to do. Now, I think what could be different for for Predator though. Yeah, he'll have a wrist blade or a spear, depending on the what. I think they should give the Predator kind of a weapon option because the Predator. Yes, they had wrist blade, but some of the Predators had different weapons on hand, not just a wrist blade. Some of them have spears. Some of them had little disc blades that they throw. I have a feeling that the shoulder cannon, the plasma cannon that they shoot out. I have a feeling that's going to be like a ammo thing. Like if they want to really shoot that thing, I have a feeling they're going to make it like a one shot type thing. So like if they really want to shoot that thing, they probably have to go like the lockers to get new ammo or something. But or you can just have like their little displays, so they can throw displays and stuff, kind of like the darts and stuff, or like kind of like the throwing axes that some of the killers have. That's what I like to see for Predator. At number 9 is The Thing. Now, some of you don't know, The Thing is the alien shapeshifter from the Thing movie, which was a John Carpenter film. Which this alien kind of like shape-shifted, which basically kind of find out the Thing had no form. So like, it made it kind of difficult to figure out, okay, to trust anybody and that type of thing. And I feel like that could be a difficult thing for Dead by Dead because the alien can like not only shapeshift and things, but it can also kind of like mend and hide in a human body, so to speak, and even hid inside of a doll and come to find out like. But I think that'd be kind of an interesting thing for Dead by Dead is to have the Thing, the alien shapeshifter from off of there. Be kind of interesting for Dead by Daylight games. Now, for number 10, I have the Babadook character from the Babadook movie, which we kind of thought that character was going to be the character for the Dredge chapter, and it actually ended up being the Dredge. So, and then I put in a couple of for 11, 12, and 13. I put in a couple of old folklore kind of horror characters. Like for number 11, I chose Frankenstein. I think it'd be kind of interesting to have an older horror icon thing to be put in here. It'd be kind of interesting. And then the other one I put in Dracula. So it'd be kind of nice to have a vampire. And since they kind of teased a scene for Dracula in Dead by Daylight, I was kind of wondering, are we going to get are we going to get him as a killer at some point? Have actually a vampire or at some point in there. And then at number 13, I have a werewolf. I think it'd be kind of interesting to have a werewolf character of some sort, killer in the game. But those are my top 13 killers that I like to see for Dead by Daylight. Now, for survivors, I didn't really choose very many because I was trying to think of characters that really haven't been mentioned or even used. So there's 6 characters I mentioned. At number 1, Sam and Dean Winchester from the Supernatural series. I like to actually see these two actually get put in the game. Not to mention they're going to be the most playable survivor characters. But I like to actually see them interact with something like this. I think that'd be kind of fun for that, and I like to see them actually voice the characters for this game. I think that'd be kind of neat too. But those are my 2 survival characters for Dead by Daylight, and the thing is with Sam and Dean, they are both complete package deal characters. So if you're gonna bring them in, you got to bring both. You cannot. You almost can't bring one without the other. But I think that'd be kind of cool. Number 2, Survivor. I like to see Buffy, the Vampire Slayer, actually put in this. I think that'd be kind of a neat thing. Sebastian Castanelos, which is the main character for the Evil Within series. I like to see his Survivor character actually get put in here, since you have, fewer characters from Resident Evil. You've got Leon, you've got Ada Wong, you've got I think you have Claire Redfield. I'm not 100% sure, but I think those 3 characters are in the game. The only one that's not really in it is Chris Redfield, which I feel like they should put him in there as a Survivor character at some point, unless I just haven't noticed. But at number 4, I chose Alan Wake from the Alan Wake game. I think it'd be kind of nice to have Alan Wake to be put in this game, and maybe even do an Alan Wake type of chapter. Obviously, there's some horror elements I think you could probably do with a Alan Wake chapter of some sort. Like, that'd be kind of a neat little trick. And since they use the flashlight would be kind of an interesting weapon to use for that type of things. Because in the game, in the Alan Wake game, the flashlight is kind of an important tool to have. Instead, because the flashlight is actually kind of some of it what is actually what kills them. Because not only when you shine at the creatures and stuff, you have to either shoot them or something to kill them. At number 5, Survivor, we have Ellen Ripley from the Alien franchise. Obviously, she would be I would assume a character for Alien to show up. And then at number 6, I chose Rick, Daryl, and Negan from the Walking Dead franchise. I feel like those 3 characters should actually show up, be in the game, and then or kind of do a Walking Dead kind of series, a chapter, have zombies and stuff. Even though Nemesis kind of does that with his AI, but I think it'd be kind of neat to actually have a zombie kind of chapter. So we'll see. And then I wrote down a couple of honorable mentions. So I chose the minor killer character from My Bloody Valentine. I thought that'd be kind of an interesting character to have in Dead by Daylight and stuff. And because if they ever decide to do a Valentine's Day event of something for Dead by Daylight, I think it'd be kind of neat to release that character for Valentine's Day to interact with that. That'd be kind of a neat little thing. And then after that, I have another one, which is a zombie. Like I said, this is come back to the zombie map thing. I like to actually then do something with zombies. I think it'd be interesting to do with this, and plus, so that's kind of interesting. Now that I think about it, I wonder what they would do with a zombie chapter, because yes, we've seen AI zombies from Nemesis when he's out there, but we haven't really seen a chapter of just zombies running around chasing us while we're trying to fix generators. So I don't know. And then next I have here is anime. Since anime seems to get kind of thrown around in Dead by Daylight, I've noticed quite a bit, because I did it with Attack on Titan. I actually wouldn't mind them, bringing anime skins, costumes and stuff like that. But I'm not 100% sure on what anime characters you could put in this game, because the only anime I can think of that would actually work for Dead by Daylight is Death Note. Obviously, Ryuk would be a character to be worried about, because he would literally have a book to write how he would he wouldn't even have to hurt you. He'd just write in a book and you get hit with it. Or Yeah, I think that'd be really interesting. It would have to either be Death Note or like Demon Slayer as those types of chapters because and Demon Slayer, obviously Musin would be the killer for that. Um, or just do like anime skins, like do like a Naruto skin, Dragon Ball Z skin, My Hero Academia skin, One Piece, Demon Slayer, and several others. I think it would be kind of awesome, neat to kind of have that anime kind of like feel with the game and stuff. I think that'll do it on the anime there. Anime is just kind of an interesting thing though with them, like really um, kind of interesting what they would do with that really. I think that's the video for today's video, guys. Did I list off? I think I listed off everything I have here. Post a comment section below and tell me what killer you guys like to see for Chapters 28 or what you guys like to see in the future. Mine are going to be Jason Voorhees and Chucky at most. And then mine are going to be Jason Voorhees, Chucky, and Alien. I would like to see those top three really get put in this game at some point and try to figure out like those. Post a comment section below. And if you like, hit the like button. And if you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button as always. I will see y'all next video and goodbye.